Welcome back to the Neverwinter Nights original campaign. We're fighting what looks like a monk and a couple of other things. We've kind of whittled down his minions, and we're now on to him. Wow, those really the tentacles really suck. Okay. Okay, so again, we're about to he's injured, and now he's... Why can't I get away from that? Okay.
I'll put you in your place.
Knock him down, knock him down. Got him that time. Finally. Did not get a chance to get that spell off this time, did you? Heavy Tether Tome is labeled with a large and ancient rune that translates to life. Using an Endure Element spell to protect their essences, a Finberry and a Quartz crystal can be combined. The powerful magical energy results... Oh, that's for what do you call it, arcane casters. If you have a quartz and a Finberry, you can create a magic ring. Yeah, sure can. Wars of the Creator Races. We're talking more about... Oh, I succeeded. What the hell is that? Okay. We are going to save. Lich dead. Witch old witch? We already did that joke. Okay. Given it's a base armor class of 6, I doubt I can use it. Okay. think, however, I am going to go ahead and go back the quick way. And see. We're going to an inn, so I think I might hire Charwin for this next bit.
So, we meet again. The others had told me Arabeth had recruited you.
Okay, same stuff as with the others. I could use someone by my side right now. Sorry, Linu. You're good, but I'm giving everybody a chance. Let's talk to Aaron Kid.
The gods smile on us that you remain yet unharmed for your efforts. With luck, success shall soon follow. Many of Lord Nasher's forces make haste to restore order to the city we have left. Neverwinter's chaos is obvious, and there are many predators in the hungry north. It falls to us then, to you, to track down the location of the cult which was responsible for starting this disease in the first place. We know precious little of them. We do not know who they are, where they are based, why they began the plague, or what other devilry they have yet planned for us.
Okay.
Unearthing the cult will not be a simple task.
Haven't I already gone through
The
this?
whispers I have collected, however, have allowed me to narrow your search to this region. It is vital that the cult's exact location be found, and that we are certain any leads we discover are not attempts at deception. Arabeth will not be satisfied until we find at least 2 separate leads that point to the same locale. That is your task. I do know of one possible lead. If not, I suggest the caves. This. Have you a question for me then, my friend? Aye. What would you have of me?
I believe I found some information on the
Let
cult.
me see what you have. This is excellent work, my friend. It does not, however, tell us where the cult is headquartered. Only where other cultists may be found.
Yep.
If you find these other cultists, perhaps they will have information on where to find their base and their leader, this Margrim. We need something that tells us where their base is, as well as a second piece that backs up the first, so we know it to be true. We cannot afford to be deceived.
Okay. Okay. We're still up north, though. I want to look at the cracked handle. We're going to want to talk to El Tora.
Hail to ye!
Rainbow armor. Lots of elemental resistance. Shuriken +2. Where's El Tora? Oh, she's up north here. Huh.
Welcome to the shop, as I like to say.
I'm looking for work. Do you know of any? Well, well, I do indeed have a task for you. How do you feel about recovering some tomes for me? What are these tomes? What do they do? The best way I can explain their purpose with brevity is to compare them to recipe books. These books explain the crafting of magical items. If If you return these books to me, I'll allow you to use them to make your own creations. If this does not interest you, I will of course offer a suitable reward. Good. Tell me more. Scattered about the region are the 5 tomes of the ancient Ilmaskar. I want you to find these tomes and return them here to me. If you can do this, then I will reward you far beyond the value of the book, so of that you can be certain. 5 tomes that I want you to find are the tomes of Resonance, Life, Death, Ice, and Fire. I have one of the tomes you could use. Let's ask. I need more information about the Tome of Life. The tome was in the possession of Brother Taurus, a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. I had planned to buy it from him, but he died before I had the chance. I checked around when I heard he was dead, but it wasn't among his personal possessions. The only place I haven't searched yet is his tomb. I simply haven't had the time. Who is the Arcane Brotherhood? Come now, you can't be serious. You don't know the Arcane Brotherhood? They are in Luskan, and they are the true power in that city. Ruthless tactics are infamous, and the only thing that has stopped them from a major expansion is the constant infighting and bickering that they do. That's one way to characterize what they do. Oh, did I forget to start a timer? It looks like I did. So I'm going to hit... I'm going to call it 12 minutes. Okay, where's his tomb? Being wealthy and powerful, I imagine he had his own mausoleum outside the city walls of Luskan. Just be careful. He was a powerful wizard and might have some deadly traps or guardians protecting his tomb. I have one of the tomes you see. This is most excellent news. Please let me see what you have. Oh, this is so very exciting. Well, this should be exciting to page through. I would say this makes me happy indeed. And for you? 500 gold pieces. Ah, that should keep you quite happy indeed, I would think. Don't you? Now tell me, what else might I do for you? Come on, I had to fight a lich. Oh, the tomes are rare indeed. Fine, I will give you what I can. Do not ask me more. What kind of wares do you sell here? Can I see your merchandise? Yes, I have one. Let's give you a knuckle. There we go. Golden circlets. Ooh, the immunity to mind-affecting spells is tempting. It is 29,000 though. So no, I can't get it. But I will get some cat's grace and some bolstering. I'll go ahead and get that too. Oh, you don't have bark skin. Okay. Oh, right. Let's go. Where's that inn? The Alliance Armed Inn. Where Al-Halor's finally dead, so we don't have to hear him talk to Ander. See if Kralnover...
I'm in the middle of a drink, but please stay. I will not have it said that Eliath Kralnover has become rude in his later years. What can I do for you?
I'd be happy to answer any questions from one such as yourself, friend. Do you know of anything? Tell me more about yourself. If you have you know anything odd? What are you doing here? Why is it closed to you? Please continue. I could get the job done. Perhaps you could, at that. Will you help me recover these gems, then? I can offer a reward should you be successful. Very well. I shall help you... Nice story. No. I'll help you recover the gems. Good. I was beginning to think I would encounter nobody willing and capable of doing this for me. Let me tell you exactly what you must search for. 3 gems are small, size of a fingernail, but elegantly carved and with many delicate facets. They are light-hued, but will have something vaguely dark in their center. One of the gems is in the possession of Wanev, a local wizard. I suspect the gem is secreted away in his tower, which can be found in the grasslands between Port Last and Charwood. The tower gates are magically locked and I do not know how they can be opened. Here I have acquired a key that I was told will open Wanov's cottage here in Port Lass. It's near the eastern gate, but may have some information that will allow access to the tower. Wanov has not been in the cottage for some time, but still, I bid you caution. Another gym is held by a fierce warrior woman named Zamithra, who passed through several days ago. I believe she was bound for Luskan, but she certainly could have been lying. The third, I believe, I have learned is held by Satara, a witch who dwells in the Neverwinter wood to east of here. Contacting her has been proven to be quite difficult. I wish I had more information to go on. Hopefully, however, this shall prove enough. I wish you the best of luck. Okay.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think I'd like you to level up. Okay. Oh, look at that. You are no longer red. Short bow +2. Okay. Oh, true neutral.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I wanted to learn a little bit more about you. Mine is no great tale, merely. If you like, I could tell you of my beginnings as a bard. Yes, tell me about that. Well, let's see. I learned the majority of my trade from Danon, my partner and my love. It was he who took me away from Neverwinter and my family. We were a team, singing a duo who earned our keep in taverns, traveling from town to town along the Sword Coast. We would camp off the roads, and I would listen in at awe as Danon told me the old legends by firelight. I loved him more as each night passed, so why aren't you with him now? An excellent question. At the time I didn't think anything could separate us. He was my first, you see, and my belief in our love was absolute. It turned out those times were the best. I should have cherished them more, for things were quickly about to get much worse. The fateful day came when we crossed into Alm in the south. We received a rather sudden and unexpected invitation to sing before one of the wealthiest courts in Atkatla. That was bad news? Well, Dan was positive our long months in playing in taverns had caught someone's attention, that we were being rewarded. He was overjoyed. Myself, I was hesitant. I was not so sure of our abilities, so questioning the motives behind the invitation would be far easier. I urged Dan to ignore the invitation, but naturally he would have none of it. It was the beginning of the end for us, really, though I did not know it. Perhaps it is a story I should tell you some other time. I'll hold you to that promise. I didn't promise anything. Perhaps I'll tell you about it, perhaps not. We shall see. Come, let us adventure more. It will lift my spirits some, I think. Let's see if I can,
Yes? Is there some...
I'd like you to continue your story. I had just mentioned the invitation from Athkatla, hadn't I? Yes, that's right. We went through. I had a sense of foreboding the entire way. The city of Coin lived up to its name. It was a golden, bustling place that rivaled up even the great Waterdeep. The palace we arrived at was larger than any building I'd ever seen. Dan assured me we would find our fortune there, and for a while I thought he might be right. We were to play before the fabulously wealthy Lord and Lady Onaris, and all seemed well. What went wrong then? Nothing went wrong at first. Dan and I were pampered and prepared for our performance, and it went off without any problems. We sang in the great hall before several hundred nobles. It still takes my breath away to think about it. And the applause for our duet was thunderous. I remember being exhilarated and pleased as Danon was. It was then that the Lord and Lady Onaris came to greet us in person. Lord Onaris was a fat and simple man who seemed bored. The lady, however, she was an exotic beauty, violet eyes, elfin features, an astounding gown, and every man watched as she passed. You're not exactly a hobgoblin, child. Next to Lady Onaris, I might as well have been the homeliest hobgoblin you can imagine. She had a presence, and Danon noticed it too. Of course, I asked why we were invited. Lady Onaris ignored me and fanned over Danon, saying how she had spotted him in a lovely tavern in Barrages and had wanted to meet him. I had been in Barrages too, of course, but I was completely ignored. She cooed over Danon, and he was flushed with pleasure at the attention. He agreed readily to a year-long contract to perform. Of course, I was not happy about it. Danon calmed me later and assured me there was nothing to worry about. Nothing could have been further from the truth. Why did you stand for it? You think I didn't fight for Danon? Of course I did. Things weren't exactly as they seemed, however. That is a tale I'll continue at another time, however. I tire of thinking about Danon. Millie, let's do something else. And I'm pretty sure... Very well. Are you... Oh, wow. I had already told you we'd met at Lady Onara's, correct? That she'd fawned all over Danon, but he'd assured me there was nothing to fear. Well, we were bound by contract now to perform, so we did. We did so well, too. It was not long before we were the Tosa of Athkatla, praised by the Lord and Lady Honoris at every turn. Nobles showered us with attention and gifts at every turn. Oops, I repeated myself. Everyone wanted us to perform for them next. I was a bit dazzled by it all, but also concerned. Lady Honoris continued to lavish attention on Danon. She called him to private performances without me, and he was spellbound despite my efforts to distract him. Were they having an affair? I prayed that it was not so. I suspected but could prove nothing. The servants were too good at misdirecting me, subtly keeping me from interrupting their privacy. Desperate and angry, I accused Danon of succumbing to her lust. He denied it angrily, and I believed him, almost. What did you do? After one of our largest concerts, I followed Dan as he left the stage. I used what magic I knew to disguise myself, avoiding the servants and keeping pace with him. I felt terribly guilty for the deception, hoping against hope that my suspicions were not. Of course, I was disappointed. I watched invisibly as Danon made his rendezvous with Lady Honoris, laying fevered kisses upon her and saying how every minute they were apart was excruciating to him. Why did they bother to keep it secret from you? Don't be foolish. They weren't keeping it a secret from me. They were keeping it a secret from Lord Honoris. He likely could have cared less, but appearances had to be maintained. In my shock, I must have dropped the spell, for the Lady Honoris spotted me. She did not care. She only laughed lightly and pointed me out to Danon. He merely looked at me and smiled. I merely stood there dumbfounded as Danon called me a foolish little girl, pathetic even. Not only did he prefer Lady Honoris, but he had never loved me. I fled, their mocking laughter ringing in my ears. I fled them. Fled Athkatla, and I've never been back. That's horrible, Shaman. Yes, I was devastated. I left the security of my family to make Danon my world, and it had crumbled around me. As I said, however, things were not as they seemed. I found out much later that Lady Honoris' beauty was the result of an enchantment, a glamour. She had spellbound Danon in the literal sense. I have discovered that a lock of Nymph's hair will break her spell, Danon will be released, and her glamour will end. She will revert to her natural appearance, old and fat, so I hear. Are you sure Danon is still with her? Yes, so the story goes, at any rate. He has been a famous bard in Athkatla for years, and she is still his patron, a fairy tale that will end one day. Everyone should be allowed their little illusions, perhaps. I admit that it would give me some small satisfaction to remove her spell once and for all. All we'll take is finding that nymph's hair. One day, perhaps, I shall discover something. We'll find you some nymph's hair, Charlotte. I believe you, Millie. It doesn't matter. We have more important things to do here. Okay, so I'm actually able to finish on talk to him about stuff. Oh, bell rang. Really? Talk to henchman. Okay, see you in a little bit.